My life and political thoughts as a tarot reader who thinks YouTube wants to know what the hell I'm thinking. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Auntie Kay's Tarot. And for those of us who are wondering if I live somewhere where I still have time to prepare for revolution and standing up, what are my options? Where am I preparing to go? Because that's a question that keeps coming up. And where am I preparing to go? Okay, so I have a few answers. Go to an active, ongoing land or water defense project with Indigenous people. Go do that. That's something you can do. You can go anytime. You can go now. You can go later. That's the point of what we're going to be defending in the end. And most of it is non-statist. Like, most of it is people who believe in land back. So I think it's a pretty safe place to go. Get to know your neighbors and prepare to defend your neighborhood. That is something you can do also. And it's generally recommended by everybody. And some people are going to be like, man, not my neighborhood. And, that's valid. And I think it's something more people should talk about. Yeah, not everybody lives in a neighborhood with the people you want to defend. So prepare to go to like your friend's neighborhood and make those plans with like a few friends. Like, you know what, when shit goes down, I want to be with you in your home, in your neighborhood. Are we both on the same page for what that would look like? Figure that out. What about going on the land with your friends? Yeah, you can. And you need a small village to live on the land effectively. Unless you plan on like being a settler and like just having a settler style farm, then you probably need a significant amount of land. If your plan is to like go to the land with like civilization under collapse, then you're not actually going to the grocery store and ordering off Amazon and da 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 at some point in that, right? So you need to learn to live with the land, not on the land. And settler farming is very much an on the land kind of premise. And it's yeah, I mean, backyard gardens are probably better than settler style farming. So okay, and other controversial ideas are go defend a city. Go be part of what's taking down a city near you that you care about. Go be part of defense. If you're already in a big city and you're like, this is my home, this is what I want to defend, and create the avant-garde, like the more revolutionary force who's planting the seeds in people's minds that this is the routes you need to take, that you need to take up violence, start to be that force, train for it, etc. And it's a controversial idea that, I'm going to admit not everybody closest to me agrees with. But I believe that to fight and defend all the people in the cities, if that's your plan, or even like just your first line of defense before you fall back to something else like land and water defense, or having a crew that's big enough to go off and live on the land, because now you do have a village of people that you've been fighting with for the last like 6 or 12 or 18 months. I would say that advanced guard, the avant-garde, maybe you want to build secret homes on the outer areas and green areas of your city so that they can't just show up at your address at night. Those are my thoughts. Man, the whitest example is coming to me, like, you know, Robin Hood and them being in the forest and like getting in and out of there to like attack wealth, money, power, lords, etc., sheriffs, all of that. So like that's a thought. Cities are frequently attacked from the outside, and like the people defending the city could do that themselves. They could be the outside. Like that could be like your, because that's an old tactic, and from the looks of it they'll go into the cities, so control the areas around them on the outside of the cities so that you can get in and out to attack them when they're in the cities attacking. Those would be my thoughts on the places you would want to be. So if you're living somewhere where you have time to discuss it with friends, discuss it with friends. Have it be an ongoing conversation, debates, etc., to start figuring it out. A friend of mine shared a clip with me today about like, yeah, you've got like your go bag and you're this and you're that and your gear, but like where are you going? If you don't know where you're going, and if you don't have a backup plan where you're going, then you're screwed. So figure out where you're going, and what your plan is with that. I'm going to also say again, stop upholding the settler states throughout the Americas and elsewhere. Greg Stoker, from colonial outcast, from like war criminal to like I'm a good guy now, is now considering running for a settler politician. And like when Muhammad was on here, other videos, under Krista Muhammad Talk Revolution playlist, like he brings it up, like how much money goes into an election campaign. Every leftist you want to hold up, whether you're up here in so-called Canada or below the medicine line in so-called US or wherever else you are, when your lefties go down the lefty to politician pipeline, how much money are they diverting? Like, what could they have funded? What did they donate to land back? $100, $200, right? Maybe. Like what? All the money that's going to be funneled towards their future significant elite employment. How much of that? What could that have funded in terms of land protection, water protection? You know, weapons to arm the revolution, like feeding people, housing people. And then they get all their lefty friends to funnel all this money and all their effort towards them, just like Muhammad said in the, Abby Lewis, Eve Zangler. In the U.S., Greg Stoker, Bernie Sanders, him, AOC, they're both freaking Zionists. I don't know why anyone even listens to them anymore still, but since you do. Mom Donnie's campaign, like how much money? Not to mention his wife's shoes. Colonial politics takes money away from a revolution. It does. It's anti-revolution. It also, not only does it take all the money away, y'all raise so much more money for that than you ever do for a revolution. So that was annoying today. That was really annoying today. I might have got in an argument in the comments section with somebody who wasn't actually disagreeing with me, but like it sure sounded like that in the original comment. But just to be clear, zero state solution. Dismantle it. If you're not doing land and water defense, figure out how to do what you're doing without recolonizing. And if you're a white person, fight in your neighborhoods, fight in your suburbs, not for a order and blah 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 and your safety and security, but against the state. Don't you go running off to the woods to escape. You made this mess. Figure out how to get black and brown people to land defense, to water defense, or the equipment they need for whatever other type of defense it is they want to do. Figure out how to do it without protecting yourself first. We get it. You're not safe anymore either. Just because white people are finally in danger doesn't mean white people deserve protection all of a sudden. We didn't get your protection. Now that you're in danger, it's time to prove yourself and protect black and brown people. What is the baseline of my morality? How will future generations judge my actions? Not whether or not they'll know or remember my name. You know, they talk about the people who did this and the people who did that. And spirits know which group I'm going to end up falling under at the end of the day. So how will they judge my actions? How will future generations judge all of our different actions? That's what we need to start worrying about. When our ghosts are wandering this world, are they going to hear everybody trash talking the actions we participated in or lifting them up? You know. So, those are my thoughts for today, folks. Should we draw some cards? Should we draw some cards? All right, we're going to Next World Tarot it. Card 1, 2, and 3. Pick your number. 1. The Page of Wands, the Home of Fire. 1. That urban defense I talked about. 2. Neighborhoods. Protecting the neighborhoods. 10 of Cups. Creating security. And 3. 3, 3, 3. Feels like it wants to come to there, doesn't it? All right. Land defense. Number 3, land defense. Guess I didn't pull one for run off and hide, huh? Huh. Interesting that, isn't it? Talk to you later, folks.